When you are hearing words, your subconscious is putting pictures in your head of those words. It's receiving every experience you've ever had with words, with that word. So when I say hi, nice to meet you, you're going to recall your subconscious picks up every time I heard somebody say nice to meet you. And the subconscious condition of having the same chemicals. Now here's where you have power. Who here has a blue shirt on? Anybody? Okay, what's your name, sir? Glenn. Okay, everybody give a hand to Glenn. Give him a hand. All right, have a seat, Glenn. Have a seat for me, Glenn. All right, so Glenn, if I looked at you right now and I said, Glenn, I just hate that red shirt. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. How would you feel? There you go. He said, I think you would have the personal problem. Okay, but here's what I want you to think about. Glenn, give him a hand, you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You can go back. I'm sorry. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Here's what I want you to think about. I just told Glenn I hated his red shirt. You got the personal problem. Only time it would bother Glenn, he would have to think that shirt is red to be bothered about the fact that I don't like the red shirt. Do you understand that power? We all have something from our childhood that bothers us. We have a certain internal reflection about who we think we are, or who we should be, or who we haven't measured up to be, or what we've done wrong. And as soon as you're having an employee come in and you say, you know, you're not measuring up, childhood trauma, it comes up, and they believe it to be true, and they're troubled by it. I want you to understand, the same thing happens to you. It is the most powerful freedom you have is to let go of what you think happened to you now is happening to you now. Think about all the words we can use here. You can come up with a positive word, right? We can change our vernacular. It's going to help people feel good about the things that you're trying to change. But as leaders, we come and use the words that are going to make them feel low and then say, go get high. It's just a different kind of high, right? So we got to make sure we understand how to reword the way we talk to people. And there's 1,001 ways of doing that. We, by nature, only use 5% of the language that we speak. So there's a lot more vernacular we can use when we're talking to people. Words matter because your body responds hormonally to every word you hear, and it acts on it. It acts on it. So here's some things you can use for your team. Better words. Here's the words we use a lot. I need to talk to you. How does that feel? Think about it. You go to your employee. Right? You're like, Marcus, I need to talk to you. Come to my office right now. He's going to be like, uh-oh, right? It happens. Creates stress. Hey, can I see you for a minute? Okay, these are things that create stress because we have a memory of these words, right? It sounds like something you would hear from somebody when you're in trouble. Here's some better words. And here's some better words, best words. You let them know I have ideas to share. You let them know, hey, I know how hard you're working. This is one of the most powerful statements, by the way, with kids. When you tell your kid they did something great, it's better to say, hey, I can see you really worked hard at this. Because now you're promoting them working hard at something versus just being great at something. Because as soon as they're not great at something, they feel like a failure. Do you see the problem with that? And then they stop trying. When can we learn more is a great question to empower people to share ideas, right? These are kind of the best words to use when you're talking to your team. Because dominance language, which our legacy leadership is used to having, isn't working anymore. Because we've been conditioned to see that as stress. You hear me?